I'm recording some videos for you guys between now and Christmas, so make sure you jump on and subscribe so you don't miss any updates. Today I'm going to go through with you, I'm going to give the big secret, which I don't ever disclose, and I will tell you why I don't disclose it and why I'm now going to. But I'm going to give you my own macros and my own background with my own intake and transformation and things like that. And I'm also just going to be on this like kind of mini cut kind of thing right now as well. So I will tell you guys why I'm doing that, how I'm doing that, and how my progress has gone so far. So stay tuned. So first things first, why I haven't actually ever given you guys my macros or calories or nutrition breakdown before. So I haven't even told clients, I haven't even told friends, I haven't told anyone. I just don't think it's anyone's business but my own. And the main reason why, there's no secret, there's nothing I'm hiding. I'm just like you guys. I'm, an average girl with, a life and whatnot. There's nothing at all. I have no magic trick to my weight loss. There's nothing I'm hiding. But the reason I'm hiding it is because I can bet you as soon as I tell you today what my numbers are, you're just going to compare them to yourselves. And I really, really am one for encouraging you to focus on yourself, so you versus you, worrying about your own intake, your own goals, your own body, your own progress, your own changes, and not worrying about anyone else's. So I just sort of feel as though to always announce and be putting into people's faces what I'm eating and why I'm eating that number and blah 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 would kind of just go against that. So I've just always wanted to keep it a secret, but today I'm going to give it all to you and I'll tell you why. So you finally got your own way and you're finally going to find out exactly what my intake is. The reason why, we're on round 4 now of my online clients transformations, so my online client nutrition packages, which is a new service and it's really, really exciting and has gone extremely well and completely exceeded my expectations. So I could not be any happier. It just, like, I could almost cry. I'm getting like warm, tingly feelings all over my body just talking about it. I'm just so passionate about my clients and their results, and the way that I do things is just showing to be like the be all and end all and the best way to do everything. So I'm really, really proud of this outcome and I can only see it growing. But now that I am coaching clients online and giving them their own macros and things like that, I feel like maybe my clients could relate to me that little bit better if they were seeing and hearing exactly what I'm on. And I also feel that maybe you guys, it'll open your own minds up a little bit as well. I've had a lot of comments and emails lately after sharing my clients' transformations and progress. I sometimes have put in their intake. So I've put on the Instagram before and afters and written that this client started on 2,000 calories, now they're on 1,800 or whatever it might be, just to give you guys more of an idea of what the intakes look like and, that you don't have to starve yourselves. And I'm finding that I'm getting emails of some people who are a bit concerned because they're scared to start on such a high number and they're a little bit worried that that might not suit them, but they really want to come on board and have coaching with me. So to hit that on the head, and the whole point of this is that everyone is completely different. So your intake is going to be completely different to mine, which is going to be completely different to someone else's. Even if someone else is a similar height, age, weight, exercise, activity level to me, it always still is a guesstimation and a bit of trial and error. So sometimes you may have to try things for a couple of weeks and see how your body responds before you stick to it or before you make changes. So everything is always still guesswork, although of course I do have a strategy in which you can calculate your intake. My If It Fits Your Macros Power Fit Secrets nutrition book, so available in ebook or hard copy. This one actually has the calculations, the strategy that I use for myself and for my clients in it. So if you do want to go about things yourself and see how you go on your own before you do, go on with any coaching or anything like that, make sure you download the ebook and go through those calculations to work out your own intake, and that's sort of the first place to start. So to summarize, over the last year, from let's say May last year, so about 5-6 weeks postpartum after having this little fella, I began tracking my intake. I then was on a calorie cut for about 12 months. Then come maybe April this year, so a year later, I decided that I no longer wanted to lose weight and I wanted to reverse my calories and go up to a high number. The goal is always to eat. The goal is always to be able to eat as much food as you can and still lose weight and or maintain, depending on what your goals are. So we always want to fit in as much food as possible so that we have more energy, so our bodies are fueled, so we have enough nutrients and vitamins, things like that. There's no point staying on a low number just because of it. So I certainly want to reverse back out whilst maintaining my weight. So I did record a few videos in this reverse diet time, but I reverse dieted over about 8 or 10 weeks from memory. I went from 1,700 calories to about 2,200, 2,500 calories, so a humongous jump. And in that time, I only put on about 2 kilos, which is a really, really good sign that my metabolism was really fast, and that I increased calories really slowly, and that I did it the right way. So the idea then, once you've reverse dieted and gotten to a really, nice number, is to then transition into intuitive eating. I feel can sometimes be a little bit of a glorified word in the fitness industry or on the Instagram world or anything like that, because essentially, to me, intuitive eating really just means you're not tracking. So you're not getting out your MyFitnessPal, you're not counting every gram and you're not weighing all your food, and you're really just guesstimating each day. So guessing is probably a better way to say it. Your intake, and then still maintaining your results and enjoying intuitive eating, which means not tracking my macros so much. Just maybe tracking 2 days out of 7, honestly not very often, and just guesstimating my food, which is, by the way, my long-term goal for all of my clients. So the idea is that you'll lose weight by tracking, reverse diet slowly once you've achieved your goal weight, and then transition into intuitive eating. So intuitive eating means you don't have to be stuck counting your calories for the rest of your life. That would be like my worst nightmare, is to see a client do that or need that. And by the time you do transition to my version or PowerFit version of intuitive eating, it means that you are very well educated. You can look at a food and go, okay, it's roughly that many calories. It's roughly, a protein source, fat source, carb source, and whatever. Essentially be what I would call a qualified PowerFit macro queen. So some of my Instagram Team PowerFit transformations, I've given them this title, and I've said they're now a PowerFit macro queen, meaning that they're off on their own, doing their own thing, and have learned enough working with me that they can do it on their own, which is my ultimate goal. So excited, so proud of these clients. So after intuitively eating, I then felt getting towards summer, getting toward Christmas, getting toward some photo shoots and things like that, that I was just a little bit bored, and it was time to add 8 weeks of consistency in. So basically, it's an 8-week little mini cut, and I thought, why not take the opportunity to record it for you guys, share with you my journey, and let you into a little bit more about my own body and my own life and routine. So here we go. So tomorrow marks the 3rd week, or the start of the 3rd week of my little mini cut. So I've basically had 2 weeks of tracking my intake again really, really consistently, and I've hit my macros on point every single day. So got back from Hawaii. In Hawaii, I was probably eating, did I say it before, maybe 2,500, sort of odd, maybe a little bit more, maximum maybe 2,800 calories a day untracked, but I wasn't tracking, so I'm guessing. Got back, started tracking after 5 days of putting myself on 1,900 calories. I dropped 2.5 kilos. Whoa, so came in really, really light. Went from 62.4 to 59.9 or something ridiculous in like 5 days. So it shows that when I was away, I was hadn't actually put on necessarily weight. It was more sort of fluid, which means I had eaten a lot more in a short amount of time. My body wasn't used to it, and it was holding kind of all this puffiness, or what people would call fluffy, which I actually hate that expression. I even hate the expression of fluid because I feel like it's a cop-out. But by the fact that I did drop my weight so quickly, it shows that it was only just hanging there for a little moment. And yeah, with good nutrition again and consistency, boom, it's gone. Which is what I find a lot of my clients do experience in the first couple of weeks, is a lot of that kind of like yuckiness just drops straight off as soon as you get consistent, which is a good sign, as it shows your body is really responsive and will make great changes. So I was really, really happy with that. Then, week 2, this is for the girls. So I got down to 59.9 kilos, which is very, very light for me. And I thought, wow, this cut's going to be bloody easy. Excuse my language, but I thought this is going to be a total piece of cake. My body like just rocks, and I just, I was pretty proud of the fact that I had such quick progress and I was already so light. And I really just thought I need to lose like half a kilo more and maintain over the next, couple of months, and I'll be right where I want to be. Then, boom, crash, my weight went up. So it went back up, actually all the way back up to 62.4, and I have stayed on that same number on 1,900 calories. Actually, if anything, I dropped down to 1,850. He's back. 1,850 over the last, I think, week, and my weight was still quite high. Then yesterday, so I know some guys don't want to hear this, but girls do, my period is actually quite irregular, so that time of the month is quite irregular because I've been off the pill for 5 months maybe now, and it's a little bit all over the shop, just balancing out, and boom, I got my period. So that sort of shows why I had that weight increase, and already today my weight from 62.2 or something like that is back down to like 61.7. So I know, or assume, or definitely know I should say, that weight increase was actually just time of the month, hormones, fluid, blah blah blah, that horrible word I said again, fluid, which I don't like. Hey, you're bringing me your work. Thank you for that. You're so good at it. I'm proud of you. Green square. Love you. So yeah, my weight went up. It's going back down. It's all because of my period, which is again a great thing to be recording, because my clients always don't believe me when I tell them that they're heavier because of their period, and then the week later when they actually do drop weight, they actually do believe me. So yeah, it will drop next week. I'm excited to see what it is tomorrow and probably a couple of days later, or I should say after my period has sort of ended. I'm excited to see what it is again and continue to push through. I'm on 1,850 calories, which is still an awesome number while cutting, and I don't plan to drop it a lot more than that, so I will update you throughout my videos. I'm training 4 days a week, 1 RPM session just because I like it, and my new gym with a creche has it, and why not? Also, it's something I never do, so it's going to kind of shock my body up a little bit. So 1 RPM session, which is a 45-minute cycle. 3 full body AMRAP style sessions. So you know, AMRAPs, my powerful AMRAPs are just my thing. So high intensity, half an hour, 40-minute at the absolute most, circuit sessions with little break, aiming to get on as much of the sweat as I can, and you know, really wear myself out. And I absolutely love that. Plus maybe 1 or 2 walks a week with the dog. I used to walk every day for an hour and I miss it, but Chase is now the age, a toddler age, where he just does not want to go in the pram, so it just does not happen unless hubby's home, which doesn't, he's not home a lot, he's working obviously. So yeah, that's my thing. So 1,850 calories, 3 sessions, so 3 weight training sessions, 1 kind of cardio hit session, 1 walk, 2 walks maybe, and yeah, just keeping my nutrition on point. So nothing that I do is drastic. That's all I'm going to be able to bring to you guys today. Just a little bit of a sneak peek, a little bit of like, you know, tips and bits and pieces about my journey so far. Tomorrow's check-in day. I'll bring you another video this week coming up with an update of how my weight sort of progressed after my period. Sorry to talk about that, guys, but it is important. Please send me an email, comment below on the photo or, you know, the video. Comment on anything on Instagram, inbox me on Instagram, contact me however you like, and I hope to get your comments so that I can improve this week's video and bring you guys more information.